want? A choice. A chance.
There's your chance. Take it.
Grateful.
The day will come when you won't be.
What's going on, guys? Back again with another Walking Dead throwback review. This is for Season 3, Episode 16, the Season 3 finale, entitled Welcome to the Tombs. Alright, the episode starts out with the governor brutally beating Milton for torching the pit of walkers. Milton wonders what Penny would think of her father now. She'd be afraid of me, the governor admits, but if I'd been like this from the start, she'd be alive today. Milton then asks what became of Andrea and if she was still alive. The governor then brings Milton into his torture chamber where Andrea is bound to the chair. He declares his plan to kill everyone at the prison. Andrea pleads with the governor to stop all of this, but he ignores her. The governor orders Milton to gather his tools and kill Andrea, but Milton instead attacks the governor. The governor overpowers Milton and stabs him in the gut. Now you're going to die, and you're going to turn, and you're going to tear the flesh from her bones, he tells Milton before leaving the room. In this life, now you kill or you die. Or you die and you kill. Meanwhile, Rick and the survivors pack up the prison and load supplies into cars. Rick tries to talk to Carl, but Carl ignores him. Looking up the catwalk, Rick sees a hallucination of Lori staring back at him. As Daryl mourns his brother, Carol praises Merle for improving their odds against the governor. In the cell block, Michonne forgives Rick for considering the governor's offer and thanks him for allowing her into the group. Back in Woodbury, the governor assembles his troops. Soldiers pile into military trucks and other vehicles. Tyrese informs the governor that he and Sasha will not join the fight, stating that this isn't their fight, but he offers to stay behind and guard the women and children. After a tense moment, the governor consents. The governor and his soldiers arrive at the prison where they destroy the guard towers, mow down the walkers in the prison yard, and storm the cell block, but they find no sign of Rick's group. Back in the torture chamber, Milton slumps against the wall and tells Andrea that he secretly left a pair of pliers by her feet. He tells her to stab him in the head when she cuts herself free. Meanwhile, the governor splits up his troops to investigate the dark prison corridors known as the Tombs. Smoke grenades go off and the prison alarm sounds. Walkers attack the governor's men, forcing them to retreat outside where Glenn and Maggie ambush them with gunfire. The governor's army quickly flees the prison. In Woodbury, Tyrese checks in on the women and children. He and Sasha agree they may have to slip out when the governor returns, as they are unsure of the governor's intentions. Milton asks Andrea why she stayed in the Woodbury after learning her friends were alive. She said, "I want to save everyone," she says, even the governor, for a while. He urges her to hurry with the pliers. She removes her shoes and tries to grab them with her bare feet. Back at the prison, Herschel, Beth, Carl watch the battle from the adjacent forest. A teenage boy from Woodbury, escaping on foot, runs into them. After being explicitly told to put the gun down, the boy instead insists on handing it to Carl and moves towards him, to which Carl responds by shooting him. Rick and the others decide to chase down the governor. Carl tells Rick he wants to fight, then brags about killing one of the governor's soldiers. Herschel clarifies that the soldier was just a scared boy on the run. He drew on us, Carl insists. Meanwhile, the governor halts the retreating caravan in the middle of the road. "What the hell are you doing?" he screams. The Woodbury residents refuse to fight, insisting the prison is not worth their lives. The governor loses his sanity, and he furiously opens fire without a second thought and slaughters them as they try to run, as Martinez and Schumpert watch in horror. Alan, being the last soldier standing, not including Karen, who is hiding underneath a corpse, points his gun at the governor in a desperate panic, but is easily taken down with a shot to the head. The governor, out of ammo, gets in his truck and motions to Martinez and Schumpert. They reluctantly get in. Back in the torture chamber, Andrea manages to grab the pliers with her toes, but then drops them. Milton is now dead, but his fingers start to move. As they prepare for pursuit, Rick again asks Carl about the shooting. Carl admits the Woodbury boy had surrendered. Still, he says, "I couldn't take the chance," pointing out that Dale died because he couldn't kill the walker stuck in the mud. Lori died because Rick didn't kill Andrew, and Merle died because Rick didn't kill the governor, even though he was in the same room with him alone. Glenn and Maggie offered to help guard the prison in case the governor returns. Rick, Michonne, Daryl leave in pursuit of the governor. Rick's group finds aftermath of the governor's roadside massacre. Karen, the lone survivor, having hidden in one of the abandoned trucks, approaches them with her hands raised. Meanwhile, Milton slowly rises as a reanimated walker. He shuffles towards Andrea, who manages to cut through her bonds with the pliers just as Milton reaches her. Their screams echo through the hall. Tyrese and Sasha are standing guard at Woodbury's gate when Rick's group arrives with Karen. They get into a little gunfight until Karen explains to Tyrese how the governor killed everyone and tells him to stand down. Rick mentions that Andrea never made it to the prison and suggests she could still be in Woodbury. They head to the interrogation room, notice a pool of blood under the door. Inside, Milton lies dead and Andrea huddles against the wall. Michonne rushes to her aid and with Rick behind her. Andrea tells Rick how she had tried to stop them. "You're burning up," Michonne says to Andrea, who exhales and pulls her coat away from her collarbone to reveal a bite wound from Milton. Michonne cries as Andrea apologizes for her actions and insists on shooting herself. "I know how the safety works," she says as she asks for Rick's gun, musing at the first survival tip he gave to her. Rick lets her know that she is one of them, and Daryl states that now he too feels the same way she did about needing people to survive in the world. Michonne stays with Andrea while the group waits outside. A gunshot sounds. Afterward, Rick's group returns to the prison with a school bus filled with Woodbury survivors as well as Andrea's body in the back of the truck. Tyrese leads the survivors into the prison, where they are welcomed by Herschel and Beth at the entrance. Carl confronts his father about "What is this?" "They're going to join us," Rick tells Carl, who walks away angrily at his decision. Rick looks up the catwalk. Lori is nowhere to be seen, and Rick knows that he has made the right choice. And that's how the end of the season 3 is, them taking in Woodbury and everything. And I say we don't know where the governor went to, but we know he's somewhere still out there, so that's kind of hanging over everybody's head going into the next season, obviously. But yeah, a lot of people didn't really care for this season finale. I thought it was great, but a lot of people didn't because they said that they were expecting the big war, and it really wasn't a big war. You know, they went in, got shot at, and they kind of fled, and then the governor killed all his people, and a lot of people were let down by that. But like I said, I thought it was good that they didn't have the big war yet, which they ended up doing in season 4 with the governor and the tank and everything. So, but all in all, yeah, like I said, it was. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. The only thing I don't agree with in this one was Andrea getting killed off, because she had so much more storyline that they could have explored from the comics. But besides that, I think it was a great season finale. I enjoyed it thoroughly. So, anyways, appreciate you checking out this review as always, and I'll be back soon with another video. Y'all be good.
It's not pants yet.